Hello everyone, myself Dr. Kadambari Agrawal, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. And today I would like to give presentation on renewable energy resources. This is one of the curriculum subject of AKTU of 7th Sem. Basically, the energy resources are of two types. The first is a renewable energy and second one is a non-renewable energy. As the name suggests, the renewable energy is a type of energy. If we use this type of energy, it can never be finished off. Basically, it replenishes at higher rates than we consume. And non-renewable energy is a type of energy that will be finished by one day. And India is using non-renewable energy at the higher rate. We should use renewable energy, and renewable energy example are solar energy, that is a sun energy, hydropower energy, biomass, and the fuel, the geothermal energy, and the wind energy. And if we talk about non-renewable energy, the resources of non-renewable energies are fossil fuel, coal, nuclear, and natural gases. And basically, non-renewable energy is also called the conventional energy, and renewable energy is also called non-conventional energy. So our subject is renewable energy and NCER, that is a non-conventional energy resources. So we'll be focusing on the renewable energy resources or NCER. So first of all, we would like to define energy. So the energy, as you all know, is it is a total amount of work that the body can do. It is the ability to do work. And energy is a primary and most universal measure of all kinds work by human being and nature. As you all know very well, the universe if we talk about the entire space, then the material takes only 0.1 percent of the space and rest of the that is 99.9% is the energy. Everything what happens the world is the expression of the flow of energy in the form of its form. And one important form of energy is basically that we'll be discussing. But the one principle of energy is energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted only from one form to the other. The energy sources available can be divided into three types. That is, the primary energy sources, secondary energy sources, and supplementary sources. And these are the different forms of energy. The basic one that all you have heard about is that you know very well is a potential and kinetic energy. And kinetic energy and potential energy comes under the mechanical energy. As you all know very well, the kinetic energy is related to the velocity whenever some velocity is involved, and potential energy is related to the height. For example, if the stone is lying on the floor, then the potential energy is zero because there is no height. If we talk about the thermal energy, it is a heat. That is a third one is a chemical energy. It is through the chemical reactions. Electrical energy, it is due to the flow of electrons. And nuclear energy, it is basically a fission and fusion reaction. Electromagnetic energy, that is electronic to electromagnetism effect basically. Uh, and gravitational energy is due to the gravity. As far as the energy sources and their availability in India is concerned, today every country draws its energy need from the variety of sources. We can broadly categorize these sources as commercial and non-commercial. So the second classification of energy is the commercial and non-commercial. The commercial sources include the fossils, that means the coal, oil, and natural gas, hydroelectric power, and nuclear power. As far as the non-commercial sources are concerned, we can include the wood, animal waste, agriculture waste, that means the plant waste in this category. And conventional sources of energies, these are accumulated in nature over a long span of time and cannot be quickly replenished when exhausted. As I have told you in the first slide, that conventional energy are basically the non-renewable energy sources. So this is a third categorization of the types of energies and and their availability. So these are also known as non-conventional energy resources. Example, coal, petroleum, natural gas, nuclear fuels like uranium and thorium. NCER, that is a non-conventional energy resources, and these are renewable basically. We can use these energy resources again and again in an endless manner. They can never be finished off. They can be generated continuously in nature and are inexhaustible. So our basic subject is NCER and renewable energy resources. An example of NCER that you know very well, the natural sources, that is solar energy, geothermal energy, wind energy, tidal energy, and etc. So now we are moving towards our main topic, that is we'll be studying in the next slide, that is we are extending conventional energy resources. So energy is used for heating, cooking, transportation, and manufacturing. And energy can generally be classified as non-renewable and renewable, that you know very well, renewable and non-renewable. Over 85% of the energy used in the world is in the form of non-renewable energy. Most developed nations are dependent on non-renewable energy sources such as fossils, coal and oil, and nuclear power. These sources are called non-renewable because they cannot be renewed or regenerated quickly enough to keep pace with their age. So the conventional energy sources are fossils, hydraulic, and nuclear. So now this is our main concern, the main topic, the main subject is on NCER or the renewable energy resources. Non-conventional energy resources or renewable energy resources, one and the same thing. Using energy from the sources which cannot be used up, uh, sun, wind, water, and waves supports sustainable development by reducing carbon emission. This contributes to increasing energy and climate security for many communities across the world. Renewable energy comes from the sources which cannot be used up, such as wind, sun, water, waves, rather than from fossil fuels such as oil, coal, natural gas. To sum up in the brief, the non-conventional energy resources are wind, biomass, solar, hydroelectric, geothermal, waves, and tidal. So in this presentation, I would like to discuss the first three. In the next presentation, I'll be discussing the remaining three. So you need to watch the second video also. Wind power is usually generated by wind turbines situated either onshore or offshore. So kinetic energy of wind is measured as cubic proportion to its velocity, and it is being used for centuries in water pumping, windmills, irrigating fields, and navigation. Wind energy is utilized by means of windmills. Many projects on the windmill system for water pumping and for production of small amount of electrical power have been taken up in our country. And these are some of the development. That is CZRI windmill at Jodhpur, Rajasthan, WTU water power pumping windmill by NAL Bangalore, MP1 sail windmill at NAL Bangalore, windmills at Central Salt and Marine Chemical Research Institute, Bhavnagar, Gujarat. And this is a snapshot. You can see here the windmills are there. And here we use the kinetic energy, and the wind is converted to uh, electricity with the help of windmill. Merits and demerits of wind energy. Merits of wind energy: abundance, ability for no price. And it is useful at remote places also for electricity generation. No polluting and eco-friendly. Can be utilized for end user such as hybrid energy resources, example wind, photovoltaic, etc. And drawbacks of wind energy are less favorable in city location as the wind is available at higher locations. It is unreliable and intermittent. It is not available regularly. Flow of wind is not guaranteed throughout the year. Therefore, its use for continuous supply power station is not feasible. The second NCR, that is the second renewable energy that we are going to discuss in this lecture, is a solar energy. Solar energy, as the name suggests, comes from the sun. Solar energy is a clean and abundantly available renewable energy. The total radiant energy of the sun is vast, out of which only small fraction gets incident on the outside of the Earth atmosphere. 30% of it is directly reflected back to the outer space in the short wave radiation, and 47% is directly converted to heat that is lost to the outer space in the long wave radiation, and major portion of the rest 23% cause evaporation and precipitation and circulation of the water in the hydrological cycle of the earth. Here you can see the solar panel is the best example in which solar energy is converted to the electrical energy. In this, PV cells are there, photovoltaic cell are there, which are capturing the energy from the sun and converting it to the electrical energy. As far as advantages and disadvantages of solar energies are concerned, the advantages of solar energies are noiseless operation, occupies less space on floor as there is no need of storage vessels, cheaper initial cost and no need of containers to store the fuels. In most of the equipment, the maintenance cost is negligible. In most of the equipments do not require any serious attention during their working. For example, food will be cooked simply by putting a solar cooker in the sunlight. As far as the disadvantages are concerned, solar equipments fail to work in nights, cloudy day or rainy season. Larger space is required for the collection of solar energy at a useful rate. And the references of this video are NPTEL images, and all the contents and images are for the ABS and ABS EC only. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the video, just like and subscribe the video. For rest of the NCR sources and the rest of the type of renewable energy, do watch the next video. Thank you all.